Staring into someone else's eyes for 10 minutes changes your consciousness greatly. They say that the eyes are the windows to the soul. And now other people's eyes can also be the window to your soul. By looking into other people's eyes for long periods of time, you can alter your consciousness. This is not a pseudo-scientific conclusion, but is based on some scientific evidence. Giovanni Caputo, a researcher at the University of Urbino in Italy, made this discovery a few years ago after asking 50 volunteers to look at their reflection in the mirror for 10 minutes, their own reflection for 10 minutes in a dimly lit room. After about 1 minute, they started experiencing strange things. After a while, their faces began to distort. They began to see images of animals, monsters, and even long-dead family members. This is a phenomenon known as the strange face illusion, quote-unquote. The results get even weirder when you look at another face instead of the mirror. The experiment was published in the journal Psychiatry Research. Caputo had 40 young adults sit across from each other in a dimly lit room and 1.5 meters apart. That's about 4 or 5 feet. The room was dark, but not so dark that the finer features of the faces could not be discerned. But the colors and vision were reduced. Half of the participants from the group looked directly at each other. The other half sat back to back facing the wall. They did not know what the experiment involved, but were told that it would involve meditation. The results were quite impressive. Those looking at each other reported experiencing higher levels of color intensity. The noise, quote-unquote, was louder than it should have been. Time was slowing down and they felt a bit strange. 90% said the other participant's face looked distorted to them. 75% reported seeing monsters, and 15% said they saw faces of relatives. Caputo states that the senses exhibited symptoms of detachment, which describes a detachment from one's connection to reality. He also theorizes that this optical illusion may be a consequence of being suddenly brought back to this reality after entering a trance state. Isn't that something? So how many of us are going to go and stare at our eyes in the mirror for 10 minutes after hearing all this? I am not going to do that, that's for sure. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.